Hello and welcome to another episode of Gig and Towel Podcast. I'm Tash.
I'm Phil.
And today I think we're going to go on a little bit of a tangent. We were kind of inspired on a conversation on something that we saw recently. So we're just going to have a little bit of a random chit-chat episode to kind of discuss our opinions on something that we saw recently. So do you want to kick it off and say what the post was, what started it, etc.?
Yeah, so any rock fans you might have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, on the day that we are filming this,
Mm-hmm.
the Foo Fighters have put up an announcement this morning of 3 shows. They've announced Dublin, London and Manchester. Small intimate shows, so Dublin's at the Academy, London is O2 Shepherd's Bush, Empire, and Manchester is O2 Ritz. So they're all O2 Academy style venues for our reference.
Yeah.
Like if it was Birmingham, it would have been the O2 Academy.
Okay.
And there was some very interesting
Points.
things, shall we say. So I believe the dates of the show, so Dublin is, as we're recording this, tomorrow.
Wow. So it's like...
Very last minute.
Yeah.
London's the 25th and Manchester's the 27th, so very little warning.
Yeah.
And the announcement goes as follows. They vary ever so slightly per venue, but I'm just going to read out the London one.
Yeah.
And there's slightly different things on each one, but for the London one.
So it wasn't the Foo Fighters themselves that posted this, was it the venues? Or?
This is them posting.
Oh, right, okay.
So, random show, literally announced a couple of days before. Ticket sales will be available in person only.
Very interesting that. I've never, ever known that for our whole time buying concert tickets.
And will begin at 12 p.m. midday today.
Mad.
So announced, what time was this post put up? So put up 7 hours ago. So it's 7 o'clock now. So it was literally only put up just before midday.
Okay, so they were literally like tickets are on sale now.
Pretty much. I'd imagine it might have been posted at literally like 11 o'clock, so you've got like an hour to sort yourself out. So literally an hour before, they were like, tickets are on sale in an hour, at the venue only, and it's got the address, and just like a please be courteous of neighbouring businesses and community. Tickets will only be available to purchase for the O2 Shepherd's Bush Empire show on the 25th of February at this location, so you can only buy for that location at that location.
Yeah.
Which basically has meant people from London can get London tickets, people from Manchester can get Manchester tickets, and people from Dublin can get Dublin tickets, because we couldn't get anywhere like that in time.
No.
Not a chance.
Maybe that was their aim with it. Maybe they're thinking that they are fed up of people like going and travelling for shows for them, and they just want to play to that town of people.
Which would be valid, but do more dates then. Do more towns.
Yeah. It's very random. I have no idea where this has come from.
So the London one then has age restrictions. Standing is 14 plus only. Seated, no under 8s. Under 14s accompanied by an adult. That's pretty standard. But the Manchester one, it says this is a late show. All customers attending must be 18 plus. And so is the Dublin one. So it's pretty varied again, depending on where you are. So if you were in London, you could be an under 14 and go, but not in Manchester or Dublin.
Yeah, I guess that's the venue's decision rather than their decision, but
I don't imagine many under 14s will be prepared to just suddenly splurge £99 on a ticket and get to the venue in less than an hour, though.
No, but their parents could.
So it gets more complicated as well.
Okay.
Because the person attending the event must be present at the time of the purchase with their physical photo ID and credit card. So you have to have your ID and your credit card with you physically.
Yeah.
If you plan to purchase 2 tickets, your guest does not need to be present when you purchase. However, on the evening of the show, you must enter the venue together or your second ticket will be forfeited.
That is crazy.
Crazy.
Forfeited how to who? because you what like what?
There's been shows like this before where they've had a warning to be like, you gotta have your ID on you. We want to make sure you're the one that bought the ticket, so we don't get the like scalpers and stuff. And they just didn't check it. Like, I remember getting to the show and there was no check. We just walked straight through.
That's annoying.
I mean, they checked the ticket, obviously, but they didn't ask for IDs or anything. So it was a bit like, well, they did this massive warning to be like, make sure, like, the person who's on the ticket is the person that's coming.
Yeah. I kind of get it because it is frustrating the amount of bots that will resell tickets, etc. So it is annoying if you've got like that going on, but I think that if you're having it so that you can only buy the tickets in person anyway, you're not going to have loads of scammers because they're not going to turn up to buy them physically, are they?
Yeah.
And it's only limited to 2 per sale anyway.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a bit unnecessary, really, all of those checks. And I'm not being funny, but what if something does happen and like you've bought that ticket, you can't go for whatever reason, someone you know passes away, someone that you have an accident, you can't go, you're sick. Like, there are so many things that could happen that would mean that you wouldn't be able to attend on that day. That then, what a waste of a ticket. For 2 tickets because the other person can't go without you there.
Yeah.
I just think like there's too many things for the amount of money they're asking for.
Yeah,
For you to be like
£99 a ticket.
£100 a ticket for Foo Fighters for an intimate small show is crazy. Can you imagine them asking for £100 if we went to the O2 Academy? I'd be like, you can fuck off. I'm not paying £100 for that venue.
It's not £100 venue. Like, you'd be going to see them at the Academy, or at least for Birmingham, you'd see them at the O2 Academy if they were doing it for what? Crap sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awful ventilation.
Yeah, I'm all for supporting artists. We go to a lot of concerts and I'm all for supporting live music, but there's supporting live music and there's taking the piss out of your fans.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that... I just think it's everything in collaboration of you've got to pay this much, but you've got to be the one to attend. And if you don't attend,
tomorrow.
the person you can't come with, that you've bought the other ticket for, can't come. Oh, and it's like, that's it. Maybe they're thinking because it's tomorrow that nothing, like the likelihood is most people are going to be able to make it. And the likelihood is, yes, most of them might, but it's not very fair on your fans that are trying to support you and come to it and then end up not being able to, because then you can't even pass your ticket on to somebody else.
It is wild, and it actually says no transfers will be allowed, no exceptions.
Mad.
Which is just kind of wild. So ticket price is £99. No cash, contactless credit cards and debit cards only.
Mad that it's like cashless as well.
Yeah.
I know that we're in a cashless society now, but a lot of Foo Fighters fans are older, in my opinion, and still use cash.
Yeah. Well, these rules actually also vary per venue because the Dublin one is no cash or contactless. It has to be a physical card that you put in and pay
that
with
kind of makes sense because I like where I work and like you can't use contactless over £100 anyway, and you're spending a lot of money on the tickets.
But for London and Manchester, contactless is accepted. It's just Dublin.
Strange.
There is a 2-ticket limit per person on a strictly first come, first served basis, which 2 is common for bigger bands.
We were talking about that when we were talking about our AC/DC trip.
I've had that issue before where it was a much smaller gig, not even a Birmingham size venue, but where you had to go and get the ticket in person. And it was when I was still at school, so I couldn't because I had school. It was a weekday.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, ticket's only £1, but you have to come and get it yourself. And it was 2 per person, and I didn't even know anyone that would go just to get one for me, but I also didn't want to be going on my own, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was a bit like, I need someone else to get the ticket that's actually also willing to come with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that probably the thought behind it is to try and get the number one fans being able to come and see their shows and like trying to be fairer on them, because a lot of the times, like, we've heard a lot of things online about like people not liking when other people come to their hometown in terms of them not being able to get tickets, and it's people that have been to multiple shows, and like there's a lot of like debate around whether you should be able to get tickets, multiple tickets to different dates and stuff. So they're potentially trying to do it so that it's fairer on those places that their big fans can go to it. However, I don't feel like it actually pulls off that way. I think that it actually turns out the opposite way and turns out more unfair, or it's a disadvantage to be like, oh, by the way, they're on sale in an hour. You've got X, Y, and Z to do, because there's people that would be dying to go to those shows that are at work or.
Well, the way that I think works best for
abroad,
the diehard fans, and I know that again anyone could do this, but it's just less likely, is the one-time use pre-sale codes if you've bought something, or if they've got a way that they can kind of validate that you've are
supported
a fan.
them.
Yeah, I think Hayley Williams did something, and was it Hayley Williams? Or was it someone else? Someone did something where it kind of, I don't know how it did it, but it took into account like your streaming, like you could log into like your Spotify account or whatever, and it would take that into account to like give you access or something. I don't know. There's actually someone working on a site for it now, and it will take into account streaming, merch that you've bought, like multiple things, how you've supported the artist. It'll take that into account in order to get you the tickets. So not necessarily like, oh, well, you've bought 3 things and they've bought 1 thing, so you'll get the tickets first, but just to validate you, to be they're
that's interesting. I've never heard of that before, and I think something like that, if it was something small that you wanted to give to like your bigger fans and stuff, then I kind of see how that's valid. But I feel like no matter what you do, it's always going to feel unjust to somebody, because like you could say, well, that person listens to more music because they have more free time than me and I'm at work.
But this is what I'm saying. It's not necessarily being like, well, they've listened to it more, so they'll get the ticket and you won't. It's just validating it before it lets you go through.
Yeah.
So even if you've just bought 1 T-shirt before, it'll let you through. You can get the tickets.
Or again, like it going on sales and being like, well, I can't afford that to get merch, so why just because I can't afford it, why should I be discriminated against because they could? And I just feel like there's always going to be somebody feeling unjustified.
But come on, at this point, if you're not streaming, I understand the people that want to buy music and support artists, but if you're not streaming at this point, what are you doing?
I know someone that we used to work with that will only buy physical music and use Bandcamp, because I think that the artist gets better revenue on Bandcamp, or it's free music anyway, or something about Bandcamp, but I've never used it, so I'm not 100% sure. But they'll only use that and buy physical music because they believe that that is the right way to support artists.
I wish I could afford to do that,
but yeah, I know, and you're limited then as well. Like I like exploring, as we've started this segment about our release radars and stuff on Spotify. I like exploring new music and it being accessible easily, especially with the amount of time that I've got on my hands. I don't have time to go and browse markets for music, etc. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know whether it's something that they've tried to do that they've thought it will make it nicer for the number 1 fans to be able to come, and like the people that really want to go will make the effort to go and physically stand there and queue and get the tickets and stuff. I'm pretty sure Dad said that that's what they used to do to get concert tickets back in
you used to have to go to the venue.
Prime, because it was before internet sales and stuff.
They would play 30 different areas.
Yeah.
Not 3.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You could go into Birmingham and get your ticket.
Yeah.
Because like they'd be playing all over the place, and I imagine there'd have been more than an hour's notice.
And I do think actually that you saying, oh, by the way, the tickets will be on sale in a week's time, your biggest fans will block out that time to be able to go and queue and stand there for hours before it opens, etc. I think you get just as true fans doing that, because just because you're not available in an hour's time doesn't mean. I mean, I'm going off on a tangent about them doing it because they want their proper fans there or whatever,
They
but it
haven't
might
said
not
why.
even be that case. Like,
They
it
haven't
might.
said why.
It might not be. It might just be them. I don't know. I can't think of a reason why they do it, to be honest.
I can't think of a reason that they'd be doing it where it wouldn't just be like, okay, well, if that's your reason, do it in more than 3 cities.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
you could do a full UK tour.
Mm.
You go all over the place. You could go all the way down the bottom, all the way down to like Exeter and Southampton. You can go all the way up to the top. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get why you'd only do... What their reason would be to only do 3 dates like that when...
I'm pretty sure that All Time Low have done that though. Like, they've came and just done Manchester and Glasgow and London, and they were small acoustic gigs as well that they did.
But anyone could get a ticket.
But anyone could get a ticket, and it was like announced before.
Yeah.
Like, they came on sale and stuff, and like
Gave
my friend
everyone
went
a
to
bit more
that,
of a
and
chance.
it gave everyone the opportunity, because then if you want to travel, you will travel, and you've still got your people there that are dedicated to the band. So I feel like it's a bit unfair. I mean, I'm not pushing any opinion on anybody, but I don't know if I 100% agree with what they've done there.
I think if they did more than 3 cities, it would be, I'd be like,
Yeah.
But I do think an hour's notice is wild. Like, there's already people complaining when there's only like a week's notice, and they're like, why not give us like at least a payday's notice?
Yeah.
Which I kind of get, but also I just have money set aside that is for gigs. If someone just went tickets on sale now for a gig, I could do it because I've got that. That's the kind of person I am. I have the money set aside that I know is for that. So when someone announced something that I want to go to, I'm not going to be like, I can't afford it.
Yeah. Everyone's in different circumstances though. Like, about an hour ago, I thought I was going to have to fork out for a new washing machine.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, at which point then that's gone, because I've got to use the money from somewhere to be able to buy. And, you don't know anyone's situation, which is why I do find this abruptness a little bit scandalous, if you will.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be like for the elites. It's for the ones that live in London or happen to be in London today.
Yeah.
As we're filming this, like, imagine if we'd have just had a weekend up in Manchester. I find it a bit bizarre. I mean, I've said before, it was absolutely wild when Brad Simpson just went, tickets on sale now for the tour, or for a show. Tickets on sale now for a show.
Yeah, and you're like, whoa, what?
20 minutes later, he went, let's do 2 nights in a row, tickets on sale for the second show. And then he did that 4 times and did 4 nights in the same place.
But he's not asking you to turn up somewhere, to bring your ID, to be the one going, to be... Because, like...
But that kind of last minute notice, that was hectic enough. To just be like at work and just be like, there's tickets on sale to this thing that I wasn't expecting. What the hell?
Yeah.
Totally unprepared.
The only thing that I can think of to justify why they would do it is because they want, like, the people that really want to be there to be the ones to go. That is the only reason I can think of that they would do that, and therefore maybe they are doing it and it will work out that way, and the people that really, 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 really wanted to go, needed to go, are the ones that end up getting the tickets. That could very well be the case. At which point, I kind of get it. You're doing a small intimate gig, which doesn't happen every day with the Foo Fighters, and you want to give something to those people that have supported you so hard and thoroughly. So I kind of get it, but would there be better ways around it? I'm not sure. Whether better ways to go about it, whether that's, like you say, proof of sales or whatever. I just feel like maybe that is a little bit hard to get into, but I don't know. I've not tried to do it. So, speaking of which, I was told recently that Taylor Swift has started her own like ticket sales website regarding like being able to get tickets. I think it was after the whole Ticketmaster like scandal that had happened, and everyone got multiple tickets and like duplicated tickets and stuff, and weren't able to get into her shows and stuff that was happening in the UK. I don't know if it's all to do with that or not, but I heard that Taylor has actually started her own one as well to try and like help with sales and stuff, but I don't know what the whole gist is with that, do you?
No, I have no clue about Taylor's. I've not seen anything about it.
Let me see if I can find it. Oh, okay, so maybe not, because this was a really long time ago, but it says that there's no hard evidence that she's actually started it and that motion's been set into place. The information is from 2017, so that was like, what, nearly 10 years ago
that's so
now.
long ago.
Around the Reputation album era, refers to Taylor Swift Tix, spelled Tix,
Yeah.
which was a special branded portal created in partnership with Ticketmaster. This system was designed to combat bots by rewarding fans for engaging in activities like buying merch or watching music videos to secure a better place in the line. So kind of similar to what you were just saying, that those hardcore fans that they have the algorithm to show that they've kind of been on that train with that artist for a while, would get a better place in the queue, etc. The era's tickets were sold through official existing platforms like Ticketmaster. There's no actual proof of it, and yeah, I guess nothing else is going to come of it. So never mind. But I heard about that recently and was like, oh. But yeah, most of these articles are from 2017, so I don't think that's actually a legitimate thing anymore. Maybe it was just something that maybe it's something that did occur and they did help people get a better place in the queue back then, but it's not something that's been pursued, so never mind. Cross that point.
Well, I've just had a look, and the Hayley Williams one said it uses a fan-verified system via OpenStage to minimise bot activity and encourage face value resale. So I'm guessing OpenStage probably has access to a few things to kind of verify, like I say, like if you've been streaming or something, but I should have done more research into this before we started filming. Let's have a look. How does it work?
I do think that that's really good, but if we were to implement that into all ticket sales, I do think that it would be a challenge, because there's always going to be a point where the scammers take over that kind of thing, and again they just start buying the merch and stuff to resell for more expensive, and then they have proof of being out of buying things in the past, and then they get a better place in the queue, etc. So I just think there's always ways that people are going to ruin it for other people when you try and combat them already ruining it.
So this says for OpenStage, it has a 2-factor authentication standard, unique access code. So once verified, fans receive a ticket unlock code, because Hayley Williams was all announced in advance, so you could go and do this verification, I believe, before the tickets actually went on sale. So it looks at like your background activity to see if there's anything suspicious going on. You could register through the artist control portal, so that's what I'm saying, like a verified code that's sent to you, like a one news code. And data analysis. So the platform consolidates data such as streaming and social interactions to help artists prioritise top fans or local attendees when distributing codes. So I think people had to sign up to this site ahead of time, and then it kind of went, yeah, you're a fan, you're a fan, you're a fan, here's your code.
Okay.
I think from what I've just read there is kind of, and I feel like that's getting there. That's a little bit of progress, because I think there are too many tickets going to waste. Like, I don't know if a sold out show ever actually reaches capacity anymore, because there's always so many tickets on resale.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I say, there'll be ones that happen on the day, someone's sick or whatever, and it's too late to sell a ticket. It happens.
Yeah. I don't know if there's ever going to be a really fair way to make these kind of things happen, and they were probably thinking, we want to do some intimate shows, but how do we do it so that the people that we want, that deserve or whatever, not, I don't know if deserve's the right word, because anyone would deserve to go and see the music that they enjoy, but if they did just want the hardcore like stands with them, then they were probably just thinking, how's our best way around it, and maybe that's the best thing they came up with. But I don't know if I'm on board. I really don't know.
No, I don't think, I wouldn't have gone anyway. I wouldn't have gone. I've seen them a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't have like I'm not a big enough fan to need to see them more than that.
We said this about Harry Styles, didn't we? Because we said like we would have liked the tickets to the intimate shows, especially like Manchester with these £20 tickets, which all kicked off about the different prices.
Yeah.
But as much as I would have wanted to have gone and seen him in that kind of setting, I know that there are fans that are bigger than me that deserve to be at that and would enjoy it more and want it more than I did, and therefore I just took a step back and was like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
you guys need that. You go ahead, kind of thing.
I'd have felt bad being at that.
Yeah,
Because I mean, when we saw him at Wembley and we had the restricted view tickets, I didn't feel guilty at all because we got the tickets so late that I was like, well, if someone really wanted them, they were there.
and it's a stadium gig. It's very different.
Yeah, but like I hardly knew any of the songs. I was going for vibes because everyone else was going. I tried to listen to the songs leading up to it and kind of learn them a little bit, but like I didn't have that guilt. Like the amount of people that could have been like, oh, you didn't even know, was it Medicine or something? Like, oh, you didn't even know that. Like, why were you there? And I'm like, well, it was restricted view and there was ample opportunity before I got the ticket to get it.
Yeah.
Like they'd literally been on sale for months at that point, so there was no guilt there whatsoever.
I will say I have no guilt because I have loved her for ages, but I didn't know the songs other than like half of one that she did as a mashup. But when Taylor did her surprise songs, I didn't know Taylor's, and I know there was loads of like people wanting to go and see Taylor Swift, and the tickets were so hard to get. So everyone that was a Swiftie that couldn't get tickets would have probably been very, very annoyed with me because I had gone and not known her surprise niche songs. But the ones that I wanted to see, and I wouldn't take the piss. I don't feel the need to go and see her again particularly. But like, I feel validated to go because there were so many songs there that I loved seeing live, and that I do feel like I deserve just as much as the next person to be able to go and see. Yeah, and I felt no guilt in going to see Taylor Swift because even though there was people that would have wanted to go that would have known the niche surprise songs that I didn't know, there are songs there that I have listened to for years and years and years, and like there might be her popular ones, and like maybe you could say that I am not hard because I wouldn't class myself as a Swiftie as such, but like. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's always going to be people that feel like they've been unjustified.
I just think, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know I was saying, like, I didn't feel any guilt at Harry Styles because the tickets had been on sale for so long, but I don't think anyone should ever feel any guilt for going to a show they want to go to.
Yeah.
Like, for most of them, everyone has equal opportunity to get on that ticket site and get them. It's completely random. But I don't think it matters if you know all the songs or none of the songs. If you want to see someone, go and see them. Support live music.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone has any claim on it. The people that have never seen them before would say, well, you've seen them 20 times, so it's my turn. And the people that have seen them 20 times will be like, yeah, but I've seen them every time, so why should you go over me when you've never cared before? It just, no matter what you say, like you say, no matter what it is, someone will say it's not fair. And I don't think anyone should feel guilty whether you go into one show or 10 shows. Everyone's had the opportunity to get those tickets. Personally, I'm jealous of the people that can afford to go to 10 shows. I wish I had that kind of money.
Yeah.
I wish I had the annual leave to take off work and follow all these bands around all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a right or wrong way.
Definitely, like you say, if you want to support music, you want to support music. And like, I went to see Kate with you in Birmingham, and I knew like one song, but it was nice going to see her and support her and listen to her music and discover her. And again, I feel like that happens with support bands. Like you go see the support band and you find new music. And I just think that no one should feel like they don't deserve something or don't belong somewhere. Like, if you want it, go for it, is how I feel. But that's kind of why I don't like what the Foo Fighters have done, because I just feel like, well, you're not necessarily giving the people that you would have done this for a chance to be able to be there. There was something that I was going to say on that point. I remember when we saw a post for something that said that it was a 30 plus event. It was like an emo event that we wanted to go to, and it was like an emo fest kind of
elder emo party is what it was called.
and you had to be 30 plus to go to this like pop punk emo thing.
It was 25 plus.
Okay.
A week before we turned 25.
Annoying.
Which is what was so frustrating about it, was like if it was the week after.
So I've just seen advertised literally a couple of weeks ago, like when I was just scrolling on Instagram, a thing that said 30 plus emo fest like event thing, and I was like, I understand having 18 plus 21 plus when you want adults there that are able to drink. You don't have to ID them when they're inside. Like venue restrictions, they only want adults there. They don't want kids there because of the responsibility and like the laws and stuff.
And the 21 plus is usually to try and like weed out the people who have just started drinking, don't know how to control themselves, like the immature drunk kids. I get it.
I get it. I do get that. But 30 plus feels very like, why to me? It just feels like a bit unjustified, because I suppose they do it so that people of that age are the kind of people that feel like, I just feel like you're segregating people off then, like you're telling me I can't enjoy it because I'm too young to enjoy it. That makes no sense.
I actually had someone say that to me the other day.
Oh really?
It got brought up that we're going to My Chemical Romance, and they actually said the words, "You're too young for that," with that tone. Not
really? I can't believe people have that attitude.
Not like jokey, because jokey, it might annoy me a little bit, but you know, I can laugh.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be called too young. But the way that she said it was like so condescending.
Yeah.
Like so condescending. And
you're 25 years old. If you listen to My Chemical Romance, you listen to My Chemical Romance.
I was like, try me.
Yeah.
I was like, I have multiple My Chemical Romance tattoos.
Yeah.
I have seen them before. I liked them. Like, I knew who they were before they broke up.
Yeah.
That to me screams that I'm old enough.
Yeah.
Like, just because I wasn't a teenager in their peak.
Yeah.
I'm not old enough.
Yeah.
As if any...
It's not fair that we were born when we were born.
There's no age restriction on music.
No.
I wish I could have been around in, like, the Bon Scott days of AC/DC, you know what I mean?
Elvis, I wish that I was born in the era of Elvis.
Yeah. So why are we trying to gatekeep, like, bands from younger people? And then we're being like, support live music, keep live music alive. And then we're being like,
the way to do that is by letting the younger audience be involved in it, because they're the ones that are going to carry on your legacy and carry your music over to the next generation, etc. Exactly. So I don't know why you'd limit it to say only the people that were around when this came out are allowed to come to this event, because you're not supporting the music at all by doing that. In my opinion, like you need to let the music flow through the generations. What's the point in making music that only certain people can listen to, or like, it doesn't make sense to me.
This is why people doing their like anniversary tours and stuff has been so good, because I wasn't alive, I don't think, when Dookie came out, or I was barely alive when Dookie came out. But
definitely not old enough to go to a concert.
I feel like it was before the 2000s, but I could be wrong. I don't know the year it came out, but I know it's, you know, I wouldn't have been old enough to have seen Dookie if I was born at all.
Yeah.
But them doing the Dookie and American Idiot anniversary tour, I got to see the two best Green Day albums live, which I would never have seen any of those, or a lot of those songs otherwise if I hadn't gone to that show.
And can you imagine if they'd have made that like 30 years plus, because otherwise you wouldn't have been around when the album came out.
Well, like you want the whole point of doing that is for the people that are younger that haven't seen it before, surely.
You'd think
it's
so.
either for people to relive their youth, which is fair, that are old enough, but you want the younger people that didn't get that opportunity to have that opportunity.
To see them, Which I guess is why tribute bands are around and stuff, because the people, like, especially for tributes, like Elvis tributes, Nirvana tributes, that kind of thing, because you're carrying that legacy on, you're carrying that music on, so that people that weren't able to see those artists when they were around are now still able to see that artist or see that music that they love so much live, which is beautiful in my opinion.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I think there are some tribute bands that aren't necessary, but, I mean, we went to the WV1 festival for years, which was just a nice day. Like, as like a rock family especially, there's not a lot of events around the area that's not a club night that you can go and enjoy.
Yeah, so WV One Fest was a festival held in Wolverhampton for support tribute bands only. So it would literally be like a festival that you'd go and see Blink-182, Limp Bizkit, Sum 41, but there would be support tribute artists of those bands rather
it
than
was
the
like
actual bands
Fell Out
themselves.
Boy.
So yeah, Fell Out Boy, yeah, things like that. And like, I think that it was a nice day out. It was a cheaper day out.
Yeah, it was accessible for families, so kids could enjoy live music.
Yeah.
It, like say, I think it was like a charity gig as well, so you only actually paid like the booking fees.
That's lovely.
Or if like we would get the VIP one so that we could have the nicer toilet block.
Yeah.
That was my reason anyway. I think
I never got the VIP.
some people that got the VIP was because it's a separate bar, so there's a shorter queue. But I used to get the VIP because it was not the Portaloos, it was actually like a proper toilet block, and it was much nicer. There'd be like hand cream and stuff in there. It was delightful. But yeah, I don't get the like trying to act like anyone has any like authority on who should be allowed to go to, like, age restrictions 18 plus in certain venues or certain, you know, where it's like a legal requirement.
Legal requirements, law, I completely understand.
But trying to tell someone they're too young just because it makes you feel old.
Yeah. I really don't like these events that I'm seeing that are like, if you're not 30 then you can't come to this club night because of the music that it is, or and things like that. I really don't understand, and especially this like this like whole Foo Fighters thing with like not allowing people to have the opportunity to come, especially with the Foo Fighters saying that like you can come now and get a ticket or you're not coming. I just think it's not giving your fans that are supporting your music the opportunity that they deserve. But maybe there's a different side to it that I'm not seeing. I would be really open to everyone's opinions as to what you guys and everyone else thinks about whether this is a good thing that they've done, whether their intentions are good, or what,
and I've said
what
it before,
other reasons it could be for.
I've said it before, I'd love to know how they come to certain conclusions. So, are there genuinely more people in Manchester, London and Dublin that listen to them, that stream their music than anywhere else in the UK?
They could look at that stat, yeah.
Have they looked at that? Because London's going to win on that because of the pure population density there.
Yeah.
But there could be somewhere so random that has a huge amount of listeners.
Like Preston or Cornwall
or even like maybe a little less random as well. Like Nottingham's like supposed to be a rock area and you're not going to do that.
Yeah. It's an interesting decision, and I would like for them to speak up about it and say why, what, how,
I'd love
when
to know,
this was all concluded.
Yeah.
Has this been something that I've been thinking of doing for a while? And because there has to be some sort of planning to go into place for them to have contacted the venues and got the dates right, especially if the dates are like tomorrow or so. That will have been booked for a while. So explain the reasoning as to why they've left it like so late for people to be able to get tickets. I'd be interested to know.
Yeah, I feel like announcing an hour before, while I do think it's a bit crap, I feel like that was to avoid pure chaos.
Yeah.
I feel like there would have been safety concerns, but I feel like you could have done that for the ticket sale and the gig be a little way off.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all a bit bizarre, and I would love to know the reasons behind all of their decisions leading up to this, because it just feels almost backwards.
Yeah, I feel like music's supposed to bring us together and get everyone involved, and I feel like everything we've just spoken about is dividing the opposite way.
They've literally divided the rich and bored.
Yeah.
I feel like if they had announced that for Birmingham today and we had have seen it when the post went up, I was like near Shrewsbury.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's actually closer to Manchester than
Birmingham. Yeah.
where we were. Like, it was just a bit, like, I don't know, a bit bizarre. Like, strange decisions.
And I think that the fans that want to be there for you are going to block that time out and get the holiday and arrange the travel arrangements, etc. So I think the people that really want to be there will be there, whether you announce it there and then or in a week in advance. So I think that it has the kind of backwards effect as to what maybe it's supposed to have. But again, maybe that's got nothing to do with it. I don't know. But I would love for them to come out and have a conversation about why they made that decision.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever will, but
it's all very bizarre. Very bizarre.
It is.
Imagine if it was your all-time favourite band that had just done this and you're on holiday.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Imagine you were just in a different country completely and they've announced this and you're like, I can't even ask someone else to get a ticket that's not going to go because
I've
got
to
to have their name on.
and yeah. I'm not sure. I get it to a certain degree for the reasons that I've already stated, but also I just feel like maybe I'm more on the hater side of this one, I'd say.
Yeah, I find it very tough because I understand that they had to find a way to filter out the chaos when doing such an intimate show. Like, for such intimate shows, you're going to need to make it very last minute and make it hard for people to get there so that there's not pure chaos in the area of everyone, like, having, like, thousands and thousands of people queue for a few hundred size
It's hard to,
venue.
It's hard to keep track of and manage in that situation for sure.
Yeah.
So interesting. I'd love to hear what everyone else was thinking about it, if you had any views or anything that we haven't mentioned that could have contributed to it. I'd love to hear about it because I like these kind of conversations.
Yeah, it's a fun discussion.
I like to hear it. Yeah, I'm open to thoughts and I'm not saying that they were wrong for doing it. You know, like I'm open to hear as to why. I would like to be on their side for it if someone could kind of come up with something that can justify it.
Yeah. For
sure. Do you have anything else to...
convince me that this is the best decision they could have made.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish I knew more about the venues. I wish I knew if they were good venues. Cause I would actually be fuming if they did that with the O2 Academy.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be fuming because it's such an awful venue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me what the locals to Manchester, London or Dublin or people that have been to the venues, tell me if they're actually good venues as well.
Is it worth it?
I'd like to think they've at least picked good venues.
Are they charging the right amount of money for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to think they've picked good venues. It would be really, really extra crappy if you were paying £99 for a venue that was crap with awful sound and awful ventilation.
Yeah. And overpriced bars and rude staff. Well, this was a lovely little different discussion for the podcast. I feel like we never do episodes like this. That was fun. So yeah, let us know your hot takes on it and any opinions or strong opinions or just thoughts that you have on the topic because I'm very interested to know. But
yeah, hopefully this episode wasn't just a...
Yeah, I feel like we rambled a lot, so hopefully we haven't just repeated ourselves for 40 minutes. Maybe we have, maybe we haven't, but...
If we have, this episode's getting scrapped before it even goes up, so...
Absolutely, and let us know if there's anything else that you guys have, like, seen going around at the minute that you'd like us to touch on and discuss our opinions on it, because there might be things that we haven't seen that would be interesting to talk about, so if there is, then let us know. But... all that being said, I think that's kind of it for this episode. So thank you very much for watching another week, and we will see you next Thursday with a brand new episode. Thank you. Bye. Bye.